All right, welcome to another episode of Nailed It by the Jerk of All Trades. It's me. This one is going to be those stools for little kids so that they can hang out up at the counter. My kid feels like she wants to do that, so I'm going to make one of these things. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to tell you it's probably a 3-beer job, but it's a nice, beautiful, sunny day. I've been doing a bunch of other work and stuff too, so this is like 5 or 6 already. All right, I've actually gotten quite a bit done already because, you know, I wasn't thinking to do this one. But this is honestly stuff I had laying around, a bunch of extra 2x3s and some old plywood actually from the bar top, plywood that I cut off that I didn't need. So I'm going to go over what I've done so far as I've got a few more steps to get to, and we'll go from there. So this is it right now. So what I did first was I built a box out of these 2x3s, so you can see that it goes all the way around on both sides. And then made my platform. This is all kind of measurements that I figured out beforehand. This piece that I had of plywood was only, I think, 16 inches wide anyways by just over a foot. So it kind of made how big I was going to make the step an easy decision for me. I cut a little bit off the edge and squared it up and put this box on it, screwed her down. Decided the height of the legs by measuring my countertop, which my countertop is actually a little bit taller than most people's because it's custom kitchen and I'm a taller person. So this whole thing is just shy of 3 feet because the next thing I'm putting on is the top bit here, which is actually going to be kind of something like that. So with that on top of it, that's a full 3 feet. So I will also be putting another step here so that the kid can step onto it, step up here. But then you'll notice I've got the railings all the way around so they can't super easily slide out or fall out. All right, so I'm doing that top bit now. So I've got the one piece on already. Just used finishing nails, and I've been using some of my favorite No Nails, No More Nails by LePage. I think it has different packaging now. That's a pretty old one. So I'm about to put the next one on. So I got my glue already on both sides, and it's going to go. And what I've decided to do is have a 1/4 inch overhang on all the way around, basically. So just use the measuring tape, nail it down, and put them all on. And there we be. So we got our first little step here. Could have come out more, but to be honest, I don't actually have a whole lot of room where this is going to sit between it and the table. So I didn't want it to be too big. She's got tiny feet. She can get up there, I figure. So put this down there. Got the main platform, and then basically I've got braces all the way around, not only for structural integrity, but to keep them from falling out. And then this high one up here, so when they're standing, they're not going to fall backwards, but she can still kind of wiggle her way in and up. So just like that. Looks like I dropped turds on here. No, I just have brown wood filler. It was at my disposal, so I used that, and I figured we were going to stain this. My wife might want to paint it, but that's what I had at the handy, so that's what I used. So it needs to be sanded. Obviously, don't want any splinters for the kid. And I countersunk all my holes, so I got to fill all those with plugs, but I'm going to do that after I sand it. Oh, actually, one thing. These ones here, you'll notice it's pretty tight to get this in, and I'll show you. So, like, drill, not going to fit in there. Let me show you what I did on those. So this is actually the first time I've actually gotten to use mine to be able to do those holes. What it is basically a right angle drive. So you plug this end into your drill, and your drill bit into this end, and it goes at an angle. Let me show you here. So that goes in there, and then that goes in there. Typically, you have more than one hand. Ta-da! So, now, obviously, you have to hold on to the DeWalt part. But basically, yeah. And that's how you drill into tight spaces. This thing is very handy for when it comes to that. The main reason I do this stuff and I bother putting it up on YouTube is because I want to show people that you can do it yourself. This type of thing I found online for $275. That is not actually the high end of the price range for these either. I've got maybe $50 worth of material into this, if that's including paint and stuff like that. But that's on the high end. I did not pay that much. This one for me is probably $25, $30 because I was able to use scrap wood and stuff I already had. So it's not expensive. It's easy. 3-4 hours depending on your skill level. You can pick away at it. It's kind of a fun thing to do. I've been out here listening to tunes, drinking beer. So like that's why learn to do some stuff yourself because it's going to save you a lot of money. Now, not always does doing it yourself save you money. Certain things, it's not worth it because the professionals can do it a lot faster. Things like this, do it yourself, save yourself $200 on something like this, and kids seem to love them. All right, so I've got everything all sanded up here now. Nice rounded corners for tiny hands. Everything's all nice and smooth too. And I put all my wood caps in. Now, like I said, you don't necessarily have to go this route, but I do like the look of them. There's quite a few in a small area here, so it's not the best way of going about it necessarily, but whatever, did what it did. Get yourself a smooth-faced hammer for when you're putting this stuff in, and maybe even put like a piece of wood between them or a cloth or something like that. You can also use a rubber mallet. Just use a white one, not a black one, because a black one will leave scuff marks. But just a nice little tiny ball peen hammer for this is all I used. It's really not the size of the hammer. It's how you swing it. If your ego can't handle that, I mean, you can always use a bigger hammer. All right, time to paint this bad boy. I'm going to use spray paint to at least get the very first coat because it goes quicker and leaves you a free hand for a beer if you really want it. Alright, so we got the coat of paint on, and it's pretty much done here. Kid's already tried it out. She seems to like it, so I will demonstrate this stool now with my child analog, aka this child's octopus toy. So the finished project, like I said, maybe another coat of paint at the most, but she's pretty much close here. So the kid, presumably taller than this, steps up, and then they're able to get themselves up and on there. Can't fall out going this way, can't fall out the front or the sides, and then they can hang out at the countertop and help make dinner. So that's pretty much it for this one. There's a couple of other ideas that people have told me about that you want to maybe give a try. If you give a try, maybe you want to try out if you're not confident in just building this all from scratch. Some people have used pre-made stools, IKEA, Walmart stools or whatever, and then you kind of just build any of this safety stuff off of that. So you can build off of an existing one. Ignore the laundry in the background there. You can build off the existing one, or you can just start from scratch like I did. I think all in all, I'm going to call this one actually we're almost going to push a 6-pack. I'm going to say a 5-beer job, just including sanding and painting or staining, whatever you want to do with it. So we'll call it a good 5-beer job. So it's pretty simple. Don't pay $250 for this. You don't need to. You can drink 5 beers and whip one up yourself.